my poor connoisseurs. It's Zenobia of Neo Souls. How's everyone doing today? Um, Today is July 21st at 4:22 p.m. Um, I actually just got in from what was I doing? Oh, I went to the Teachers Resource Center and I had to, handle some business there and work on a project. And I just wanted to talk today. Um, I don't want to recite a poem. Just want to talk. I like this vlogging thing because it's so therapeutic. It's like poetry. It's therapeutic, but I get to talk and I get to, I guess, vent about happenings in my life and things that I want to do in my life. And, you know, um, like I said, you know, um, in my bio, this may not always be about poetry. Some days I may vlog, some days I may vent, some days I may pray, um, you know, and sometimes you need that. Well, for me, I know a lot of times I need that. And I just feel like it should be accepted and that I shouldn't limit myself because this is my YouTube page. And if I want to vlog some days, and if some days I want to talk about poetry, some days I want to talk about, I'll never talk about makeup or anything like that because that's not what I do. Um, you know, but some days you just want to come on. And, lately there has been a spirit of loneliness placed upon me. And it's not that I don't enjoy being with me. Because some people have to be with somebody. They always have to be in the presence of people. They always have, no, I'm always by myself. But there are times when, you want to be with someone. And when I say someone, I mean um, someone of the opposite sex. You want male companionship. Not that I want to go out and be sexual. Not that I want to. No, sometimes you just want to have a conversation. Maybe you want to go out, grab a bite to eat, or to the movies. Like, I don't have a problem with doing that on my own. I've been doing it on my own for so long. And the Bible says it is a sin for man to be alone, and that God has promised us that there is someone for us. But I want to do the right thing and I want to wait on the Lord. And there's a young man that I knew for some time, and we used to hang out all the time. We used to go right to the park. We used to go out to eat. Um, but then I personally don't go out with men because I don't want to put myself in a situation. Okay, for me, I've been 9 years celibate, and I feel like, and I want to wait for my husband. Like, and there's nothing wrong with that. Women, there's nothing wrong with waiting. There's nothing wrong with telling a man no. And whenever meet men, I tell them, I let them know. Some accept it, some don't. Some can handle it, some don't. And that's fine because that just means you weren't for me. You are not for me, and I'm not going to compromise my vows that I've taken with God. Like, I'm going to wait for my husband. And by doing that, like, it saves a lot of headache, it saves a lot of heartache. You don't have to wonder, where are they? Why aren't they calling me back? And are they with somebody else? Things like that. The emotional roller coaster that you go through, even if you're not with somebody. Because women, when you give up your body to a man, number one, your body is a temple and it belongs to God. So whatever you allow into your vagina, and I'm gonna have um what do you call a parental, or just let people know, like, this video, we're grown, I'm grown. So if when you allow a man to enter into your vaginal area when you're having sex with someone, you're not only having sex with that man, but you're having sex with every woman they've ever encountered, or sorry, that they've ever had sex with. spiritually. Like spirits lurk, they attach on to you, they cling on to you. So every single time a man enters into a woman, and every time you allow a man to enter into you, all those spirits that have been on those women are now on you. They have seeped into your soul, and now you have soul ties. And maybe I'll talk about that some other time. That's why it's so important that um, you are celibate, you are abstinent, and some people feel like they can't, but it's a mental thing. You can do whatever it is you want to do. God gives us free will. If you don't want to have sex, you won't have sex. How many people, when you are having sex, how often do you go out and get tested for HIV? How often do you require your sex partner to be tested for HIV? Hmm. I know you don't. And I know a lot of women, you may tell a guy and you may say, oh, he doesn't look like he's sick. I know a lot of people with HIV that don't look like they're sick, but they are. And not, I'm not badging them, knocking them. I'm just saying you have to be more cautious when it comes to your bodies. Life is short. Life is precious. We were in spiritual enrichment class one night, and it got a little deep. And after class, we were standing outside the church, and we were talking. And one of the brothers um, asked if I knew someone, like we were just talking, and I knew someone, and then he told me he had HIV, but I entered into a relationship with him. I said, you know what? I said, honestly speaking, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it. And he asked me why. And I said, well, because I love my life. We're talking about my life. I'm HIV negative. They're HIV positive. Why would I put myself into a situation like that? Knowing God is not a God of emotions. So when we fall in love through our what? Our heart. And that's why the Bible says, guard your heart with all diligence, because out of it flows the issues of life. You can love someone, but love them from afar. Then he posed the question, um, and he asked, if I was married to someone and he was HIV negative, he works as a nurse, and he was stuck with a needle um, that was infected with the HIV virus. And he came home and he told me, would I stay with him? And, and I told him, I'm like, that's a question I would really have to pray on. He said, and then later on, 6 months later, he became tested positive for the HIV virus. And I said to him, I would love him. It will break my heart, but I wouldn't be able to stay with him. And I know the Bible says, for rich or for poor, for sickness or in health, um, blah, blah, blah. It's my life. And I honestly wouldn't expect anyone to do that for me. Like, yes, it would hurt. Yes, it would tear me up. Yes, it would break my heart. But can you honestly say that you would die to love someone? And although it wasn't their fault, everybody's not Cookie. And Cookie is Magic Johnson's wife. Like, to God be the glory for what she has done. She stayed with this man. We don't know if she has it or not because they never said that. They never questioned. Um, but if you are HIV negative, would you even consider being HIV positive just to be with someone? I believe there are people, and I watch this program, there are special people that God has created to love people. Not only to love, like I love everybody. I still love them, but could I be with them physically, sexually? No. Um, and then get pregnant and then have the baby possibly, but no weapon formed against me nor the baby shall prosper. I just don't know if I can do that. There are special people that were created to be with people um, who are sadly infected. And this is not, like I said, this is not to um, hurt anyone. This is not to go against, because I have family members. Well, that I know of a family member that has died from the HIV virus, and I think it was linked towards uh, drug addiction and sharing needles, or possibly having unprotected sex with someone who was infected and they didn't know. And I actually met a guy who was HIV positive, and he was cool. Like, I was his friend, but I saw that he was taking interest in me, and I had to back away. And he began telling his family members that we were together, and his mom would always say, "Oh, you're so special. You're so special." And I'm saying to myself, "Yes, I am special, but what are you talking about?" And I just saw how they treated me, and she was like, "You're welcome into the family anytime, and you could always come over to the house." And I'm saying to myself, "This woman must think when me and her son are together," because that's what he was telling them, that we were a couple and we weren't. Um, I don't know. This is just something I wanted to get off my chest, and I love you all. God bless you, and for anyone that's dealing with this disease. Um, my heart and prayers to you. Like I said, this is not bashing anyone with it. Um, my heart and prayers go out to you. All right. God bless you. I love you.